Today, I want to discuss about some 5 general knowledge topics, and the first one is Ratan Vatal Committee. So, there is a committee constituted in the year 2016 by the Government of India in order to check about digital payments, the pros and cons of digital payments. So, this committee, this is the name Ratan Vatal Committee, submitted a report to the Government of India in the year 2016 about digital payments, how far they are good and what has to be done regarding digital payments in India. And they have given some points in the report. They are, there has to be a regulator for digital payments. So one regulating body or one regulator, special regulator must be there in order to see the functioning of digital payments in India. And for every digital transaction, this has to be encouraged with some fiscal incentives by the government. So digital transactions as a whole or the payments as a whole have to be encouraged. For that reason, the government must come up with some fiscal incentives. This is the second point given by the committee. And there are no charges levying on any digital transaction on any utilities or any government departments. So this is also a step to encourage. So no charges will be levied on this process, and every department of government must give an option to its customers, whoever is using them, that they can pay things in digital form. So this option was made sure from that year onwards, and this is especially focused on recurring low value transactions. For every low value low amount transactions and that recur again and again, that you have to pay again and again, this portal is very easy rather than using a normal portal. So digital payments is encouraged for recurring low value transactions. And whoever is using the payment or taking the payment acceptance equipment, whoever is getting this, they are labeled with very low customs duty. This is also a step to encourage digital payments. So digital payments need a payment acceptance equipment. So for this, there are low custom duty initiatives taken up by the government, should be taken up by the government. This is also a point. And awards to those who are promoting digital payments. So in this way, the Ratan Vatal Committee gave its report for digital payments. So in order to support digital payments. And the second topic is Beam app. This app has come in the year 2016. This app was developed by NPCI, National Payments Corporation of India, and it was launched by our Prime Minister, and this was launched at a Mela, DigiDhan Mela. So this is G here, DIGI, DigiDhan Mela. So Digital Dhan Mela uh, in the place of New Delhi, and the full form of BEAM app is Bharat Interface for Money. This is important, Bharat Interface for Money, and this is going to help, according to the government, union government, it is going to help farmers, tribals, and traders, small traders. And also one more point is BEAM app. The name has come up from the word Dr. B.R. Ambedkar, his name, and as you can know, his name is Bhimrao Ramji Ambedkar. So this BEAM app, this name is given as a respect to him. And the third thing I want to discuss is National Trust. So there is a National Trust Foundation Day that we celebrate in our country on December 30th every year, National Trust Foundation Day. And the National Trust is a statutory body under the Ministry of Social Justice and Empowerment under the Government of India. Ministry of Social Justice and Empowerment has this statutory body. And National Trust is for the welfare of persons with some disorders like autism, cerebral palsy, and mental retardation, and multiple disabilities. So these are the four uh, aspects, four disorders that are being dealt with under National Trust. And this National Trust Foundation Day has come up by an act called National Trust for the Welfare of Persons with these four disorders, Act 44 of 1999. So since 1999 we have been celebrating National Trust Foundation Day every December 30th. And this is generally, as we can say, as we already can incur from this subject, that this is for the awareness creation on these people who are having autism, cerebral palsy, mental retardation, and multiple disabilities. And the fourth thing is Beipanjiang Bridge. So this is the world's highest bridge, Beipanjiang Bridge, and this is in China with 565 meters, that is adding to 1854 feet, and this is connecting two mountainous provinces. China has got provinces, so two mountainous provinces like Yunnan and Guizhou. So this is constructed and connecting these two mountainous provinces. And initially there used to be a bridge called Sea-Doo River Bridge, and now this has become the second highest bridge. Earlier this used to be the first highest bridge before Beipanjiang Bridge has come. So this is the second one, second highest. So this is in the central province of Hubei. And the fifth topic is MMGSY. This is a scheme, Mukhyamantri Gram Sampark Yojana. As the word says, Mukhyamantri. So Mukhyamantri, the CM will be for a state. So any rural road projects taken up in a state can be under this Yojana, Mukhyamantri Gram Sampark Yojana. So this mainly looks after the rural road projects and to build cost-effective roads, to bring good engineering cost-effective techniques and good road safety measures in the construction of these roads. And this MMGSY will also be helped by ADB, Asian Development Bank, under World Bank, as we know. So by giving some credit, for example, in 2016, there was a rural road project under this MMGSY in Bihar, which was granted $235 million credit by ADB. ADB is the concessional lending arm under World Bank, as we know. So these are the broad 5 important topics for today. Thank you.